Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we'll come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I look forward to being able to mingle with you and hear from you throughout the course of this video in particular. So that's something that we can be able to discuss and be able to highlight as well. Now, there was a video done earlier today, and it was in relation to the minute. What's the most frequent minute that Jamaica has scored in international football? So I encourage you to go and check that out. And I know that you guys would be compelled to be able to look at that in particular. So I encourage you, please watch that video and you'll be able to get some insight. So you get to know, okay, so the most Jamaica scores the majority of their goals at the goal cut between this minute and this minute. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we can be able to bear in mind from the grand scheme of things, you know? So that's what we can be able to make a special and key note about throughout the course of the tournament lies ahead. But now it's time for the ladies. We're going to do a discussion about them, and this is specific in relation to the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. Yes, that is right. Jamaica will be in the final round of the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship starting next week, and Wednesday, to be specific, will be Jamaica's first game against Canada. We will, in due time, have a preview with that game and others as well. But to kick things off and go right into the matter of things, what we're going to do is look at the history. The history of, that's right, the history of the Reggae Girls. Yeah, the history of the Reggae Girls that's right, the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. So that's what we're going to do right now. What's Jamaica's best record? What have the results been like? Well, that's what we're going to analyze right now. Believe it or not, Jamaica's biggest victory in international football came with the Under-20 Reggae Girls. Yes, that is right. The biggest win came with the Under-20 Reggae Girls. Yes, and it's something that I'm going to make note about, and I know you guys would want to appreciate as well, because this is something that can't be brushed aside or unappreciated. You know what I'm saying? So that's something for you to be aware about. So here is a did you know fact, leading into the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. Jamaica's biggest win in international football, yeah, was 21-0 over Grenada. Yep, that's right. Jamaica 21, Grenada 0. This was December 18, 2001 by the Under-20 Reggae Girls. So the biggest victory that Jamaica have ever recorded in football, 21 love. Biggest victory. The Reggae Boys haven't done it. The senior Reggae Girls haven't done it. But the Under-20 Reggae Girls have done it. And it was a 21-0 victory over, that's right, Grenada. Over Grenada. Jamaica 11, Bahamas 0. And to end the group stage, it was Jamaica 0, Trinidad and Tobago 0. Jamaica qualified for the final round. It was a 1-1 draw against the Mexicans, 2-1 to Trinidad and Tobago, and 1-1 against Panama. Now we can go to the 2004 cycle. What was the 2004 cycle like in terms of the qualifiers itself? Well, when you look specifically at the CONCACAF region, Jamaica, when you bear in mind the Caribbean, had a 6-0 win over Puerto Rico. Tashana Vincent scored 2. Vinicia Reed scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in an 11-0 victory. Can you believe that? Well, that tells you everything you need right there. And then when it came to the final round, Jamaica took on Canada, Mexico, and Panama. And then came 2006, Jamaica's best run ever at a CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. What was Jamaica's squad like in this tournament? Well, Some veterans, the likes of Shakira Duncan, Christina Murray, Benicia Reid, these were individuals part of Jamaica's best run at the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. And it was a sensational run when you're bearing in mind as well how the qualifiers went just to get to the final round itself. It truly was remarkable, the Jamaica's passage, being able to be the Caribbean champions. And look what happened when it came to the group stages itself. Yep, the United States got game one, but Jamaica went and defeated El Salvador 3-1. And then Jamaica defeated Suriname 9-0. That's right, 9-0. And this ensured that the Jamaicans got to the semifinals, took on Canada. It was 1-1 at one point. And then the third place playoff was against Mexico. And remember, in this tournament itself, it was the top three that went to the Under-20 Women's World Cup. In 2008, Jamaica got 3 points in the group after they defeated Nicaragua 6-0. Shakira Duncan with 4 goals. 4 goals to her credit in that particular game. But in the tournament, she was top scorer with 6 goals. Golden Boot, 2008. In 2010, Jamaica took on Trinidad and Tobago, Mexico, and the United States. The 2012 tournament took place in Panama. And in this tournament, we got to see the likes of Khadija Bunny Shaw. We got to see other individuals as well that basically struck their stuff and made a good impression in this tournament. We saw Marla Sweatman, we saw Chiniel Asha as well, part of the squad, and also Spence, specifically Kimberly Spence, who equalized against the Mexicans. All right, 2014 now, it was in the Cayman Islands, and where we saw Marla Sweatman again, Bunny Shaw again as well, and O'Shea Laws scored Jamaica's only goal of the tournament. In 2015, in Honduras, Jamaica also recorded a massive win as well. Bunny Shaw again played on this team, scored a brace against Honduras, and then Nelson Laws and Hudson Marks scored for Jamaica in a 6-1 victory over Trinidad and Tobago. The 2018 tournament took place in Trinidad and Tobago, and Jaden Matthews scored, Shadea Dalmalakan scored, and so did Jasmine Frey. We're all on the score sheet for the Jamaicans. 2020, a change in format of the competition itself. Remember, the previous edition, you had 8 teams, and now you had a 20-team tournament in 2020. And this was memorable and historic for the Jamaicans in 2020. A 4-4 draw against Guatemala to kick things off, a 4-1 victory over El Salvador, and for the first time at the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship, Jamaica were topping their group. Not only was it the first time that Jamaica were topping the group, but also the first time that Jamaica defeated Canada at a CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. Not only that, the first time a Caribbean team defeated Canada in Under-20 women's football. That's right, Jamaica 3, Canada 1. Jodie Brown scored, Jasmine Frey scored, and also Murray was on the score sheet. That's Lacey Murray. In the round of 16, it was Bermuda, and Jamaica were on cloud 9 with a 9-1 victory over Bermuda. In the quarterfinals itself, it was the Dominican Republic. 2022 was last year, and last year, Jamaica took on the likes of Guatemala, Cuba. Jamaica recorded a 3-0 victory over Cuba. Cameron Simmons on the score sheet, and also on the score sheet as well was Christina Salmon. In the round of 16, Jamaica took on Panama. And now in 2023, I'll show you first how the qualifiers went from the Jamaican standpoint. The Jamaicans, 3 games, 3 clean sheets, 10 goals. 6-0 over Anguilla, 2-0 over Bermuda, and 2-0 over Honduras. Jamaica through to the final round. We'll look at Canada's results. Canada, 4 games played, 4 wins. They conceded 1 goal in the qualifiers, and that was against El Salvador in the 34th minute. And now we head to the final round. And the final round is where we are right now. The United States, Canada, Jamaica, and Panama. So that is a synopsis of Jamaica's record at the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. We're fully behind the girls. We're looking forward to them to move from strength to strength, and we want the absolute best for them heading into this tournament as well. Let me know your thoughts. Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. And let's get behind the girls so that they can also book their ticket to the Under-20 FIFA Women's World Cup. All right, guys?